So let's move through a nice grounding practice so that we can just start our week feeling connected to our divine energy, to our intuition. And as you lay down in Shavasana, just make yourself as comfortable as possible so that you can feel into the earth. So obviously grounding is all about the earth element. It's all about the root chakra located at the base of the spine. And it gives us a sense of belonging. So as we settle into Shavasana, I'd like you to take your left hand up to the center of your chest. Try to keep your elbow rested on the floor. So even if the fingers are just in the center of the chest, that is fine. And as you breathe in and out, we'll take the right hand to the belly. Now for today's practice, I'd like you to just drop in to feel into what you need today. What is it that you need to help you set an intention for your week? To help you be mindful of all the inner workings of the mind, so that we may cultivate this deep sense of inner peace within the mind, the body, and the spirit. Become aware of your breathing in and out of the nose. And together we'll say the following affirmation. I'll call them and you can repeat them at home. You're on mute, no one can hear you. I am here. I am heard. I am safe. I am loved. I am enough. Just allow those words to resonate with you, to be absorbed into your physical, emotional, and mental being. Knowing that we can always reconnect if we ever feel disconnect. And as you take a deep breath in, stretch, open the arms up over the head, point your toes away. Big yawn if you need it. And then exhale your knees to your chest. Okay, so we're going to start with a few hip rolls. Hands onto the knees, draw the knees to the chest, out to the side and away, and repeat. So we're going to move the body in all directions today. I always find that doing a grounding practice is wonderful, but it's also nice to tap into all the elements of the practice so that we have a nice balanced practice for a balanced week. Reverse the circling the other direction. And remember that there is nothing more soothing to practice in the morning than circling joints. We did this a few months ago in a couple of different ways after I did my Ayurveda practice. Oh, course even. Extend the heels up. Extend the heels up, flex your ankles, and then reach the arms up over the shoulders. You're going to flex the wrists so that the palms face down, soles of the feet are facing up, and then we're going to flip that direction. So you're going to point the toes and flip the hands. Exhale one direction, keep the lower back pressed down to the floor, and inhale the other. Let your shoulders, or the bones of the arms that meet the shoulders, descend onto the earth so that we feel the earth beneath us, holding and supporting the postures. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Take your right leg to the floor, wrap your hands behind the left leg, and draw the leg into the chest as you soften the shoulders down. And begin to circle your ankle. Now you will recall some months ago when I first introduced the circling that I mentioned it is very soothing. Okay, so if you have time each day as a daily loving practice just to circle your joints 5 times each direction. We're going to take the knee and bend it slightly, and then with your heel, envisage that you're circling a big circle just with your heel. So this is kind of the only rotation we get with the knee. Knee's a hinge joint, so it goes forward and back. And this is kind of like a little bit of rotation. There's only a small way we can move. And then reverse that movement the other way. All the while, I want you to still feel into the earth beneath your body. Okay. Then we're going to take the right leg up to the sky, change legs, wrap your hand around it, the back of your knee. And then begin circling onto the right ankle. We want to make the circling really soft, guys, okay? So try not to crank it as wide as you can to feel that grinding in the joint. We want the joint to be smooth, helping to lubricate them. Good. And then raise the left leg up, both hands behind your knees as you squish the back down to the floor. Let the shoulders stay on the ground if you can, and lift the head. Little rock from side to side here, waking up the spine. Got lots of movement today, all directions. And then rock yourself up to sitting, crisscross the legs. Take a full breath in through the arms. Left palm to the floor as we lean over to the left side. Waking up the ribs, waking up the side body. Inhale to center and to the other direction. Palm down, root the hips in and lean over. Take a full breath in. Arms up. Good. Twisting to the right. Exhale. Inhale to center. Twisting to the left. Exhale. And center. We'll do that 2 more times. Just slowly moving with the breath. Feeling the shoulders awakening. Sending energy to the spine, all the vital organs. And then at the same time, rooting down. So a grounding practice really emphasizes the connection to earth. Each time we're in a different shape, the first thing we become aware of is how the ground feels. Inhale, hands above your head. Palms into prayer. Bowing your chest towards the floor. And breathe in and out as you draw the shoulders down the back. Going upside down is not good for hay fever, guys, so please excuse me if I sound like I'm going underwater. Inhale, raise up. Change your feet. Left, whatever foot was back comes to the forward, and then we bow again. In the symbolic side of offering. Offering our divine intuition to God, to whom we believe in, to the stars and moon. Whoever you know God to be. Good. Exhale your hands to your chest. Right, let's make our way to hands and knees. We're going to come onto all fours. So I did a really interesting anatomy workshop with an old anatomy teacher that did my training with me over the weekend. And we did quite a lot of work on shoulders, which was very interesting. You know how sometimes I always explain, spread your fingers nice and wide. So this lady had a really good theory that actually bringing the fingers a little closer together when we're pushing is much more beneficial for the shoulder blades because it helps to create space with the rotator cuffs. So let's try it today, okay? I thought I'd just drop that into the teaching because, you know, lots of people have different ideas and it's nice to explore them within our bodies because some will work for us and some won't. Okay, so as I would normally say, spread the birds of the fingers. We're going to leave the fingers kind of like still apart, but not completely extended, okay? And then feel the pushing down of the hands. As you push down with the hands, I want you to imagine the upper back rounding. So just creating a dome between the shoulder blades. Tailbone tucked under and toes tucked under. Pull your tummy up as you round the back, drop your head. And then slowly inhale, keep pressing into the palms, keep rounding the upper back, but just start to arch the lower spine. Yeah? Inhale, look up. Let's do that again. Exhale, curl. You should feel those muscles between your shoulder blades as you curl, pulling apart. And inhale, come forward. Good, sit your hips back to the heels, walk the hands to the knees and roll up to the toes. And then whilst we're on the balls of the feet here, let's lift the toes up as much as you can. And see how that feels into your ankles. It's actually quite enjoyable. It really emphasizes any tightness in the shoulder, the ankles. Okay, drop your head down, take a deep breath in and out here as you pull the tummy back to the spine. Good, exhale, lift the hips, staying on the balls of the feet. Really reaching up high, so we want to get this lovely lengthening into the calf muscles. Dropping your head down, keep your knees bent as much as you need to have the hands resting on the floor so that we stabilize. Good, then inhale, come up halfway. Lengthen the spine, really reach with the crown of your head as you pull the tummy back. Exhale the heels down to the floor, drop the head back to the knees. Inhale, raise the arms up over your head, stretching through the waist. And exhale, palms to prayer. Okay, so let's move through our sun salutations. Slightly modified today. I'm just going to change them up a little bit, but we are going to flow with the breath, okay? Inhale, stretch the arms up. Draw your tummy in, tuck your tailbone under, and bring your hands back a little bit. Listening to the spine, okay? Very important that the spine's happy there. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, take your right arm up, twisting through the middle back, look to the hand. And exhale, lower the hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm up. Feeling into the feet as you root the hips down, rotating through the middle back and lower down. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, walk your hands forward, all the way to plank. Okay, so remember we can drop the knees on plank as soon as we need to, okay? Come straight to there if you need to. Remember the hands aren't spreading too far. We're just exploring this different option with the palms. But as you push the palms down, the upper back is rounding, okay? Belly's drawn in nice and tight. Exhale, lower the knees down, curl your tummy to the floor. And then inhale, reverse the curl. Not pressing into the hands, just feel the chest rise. As we exhale, come back onto the knees and tuck under your toes. Tailbone goes high to dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Look forward to your hands. Step, walk, or jump the feet to the top of the mat. And inhale up halfway. From here, we're going to sweep the right hand forward. Keep the gaze of the eyes looking to the toes. Then the left hand forward. And then slowly as you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows and turn the upper body towards the hip. Keeping the hips facing forward and keeping the knees soft. Come back to center and extend the arms forward. Inhale. Really pull up the tummy. Exhale, bring the elbows to the ribs as you rotate to the left hip. Two more like this. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, rotating. So we're actually just bending the spine laterally, but in a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left side. Great job, guys. Inhale to center. Reach the arms up over your head, hinging at the hips. Palms to prayer, exhale. Now we should be at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Draw your tummy back, fold as the exhale comes. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, take your left hand to the right ankle and breathe in the right arm. So similar type of twist, just different hands, looking up towards that hand. If it doesn't like it on the shoulder, our option is to bring the palm to the sacrum. Lower down, exhale. Right hand to left ankle. Inhale, left arm. Feeling into the rotation of the spine as you root the feet into the earth. Lower down, exhale. Inhale up halfway. Palms flat to the floor, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale, look up. What am I saying? Yes, exhale, and then bring your belly to the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, press into the tops of the feet as you peel the chest away from the ground. Still no pressure on the hands, it's all the back body. Exhale to the knees and lift up to down dog. Let's take a moment in downward dog to breathe. To feel into the body to feel into the earth. And then linking that sensation of the earth under the feet and hands with the body and the breath. That we may be present in our practice, fully earthed, as if we have plugged ourselves into the energy of Mother Earth herself. That we may draw in wisdom, guidance, intuition, love, and peace. Look forward to your hands and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway up. As you exhale, fold over the legs, dropping the head down. Release the upper body as you feel the shoulders melting towards the earth. The head is soft. If you feel any tension in the neck, then look left and right and just nod your head. Breathe in, ground the feet as you rise, hands overhead, stretching upwards. Tuck underneath your toe, maybe take it back a little bit, only if it feels okay to do so on the spine. And then fold over again, exhale. Inhale up halfway, palms to the ground, left foot back, and the knee drops to the floor. Take your right hand to the front, to the right knee, left hand stacks on top as you rise up through the spine. So when we come through this transition from foot down, hand to knees, I want you to imagine that as the palms stack, there's this rising up through the center of your being, this lengthening up to a higher purpose, a higher self. And then from here, we're going to take the right hand behind you, let the palm face towards the back, and then bring the left arm in front of you. So slightly modified arms for this one. Thumb is pointing down on the right foot, and hopefully you should feel this across the top of your shoulder. Then we're going to drop the back hand down, lift the front arm up, exhale, and inhale, rise back to neutral. Again, exhale back, really stretching the front of your body, and inhale to neutral. One more time. Good. Big breath in as you bring the hands to the floor, tuck underneath the back toe, lift the knee, and step back to down dog. Forward to plank, inhale. Feeling the earth beneath you, exhale, as we descend our body to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head, chin rises, peel the chest. And exhale back to down dog. Good, deep breath in and downward dog as we root through the feet. And exhale, energies into the earth, finding this beautiful transition of receiving and sending. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Help it through if you need to as you drop the knee down and raise the arms all the way up. Good, so as we raise the arms up, it's the same thing as we did with the hands to the knee. It's a drawing up, a lengthening, okay? Then we're going to twist to the left side. Turn the left palm thumb down to the floor so that the hand is facing away from you. And then inhale, take the hand down to the thigh as you stretch the front arm up and over. And exhale back to neutral. 3 more. Inhale. Grounding through the feet, the knee. We want to really feel the earth beneath us here. Inhale back. Exhale back to neutral. We have 1 more. Good. Big breath in as we take the hands to the floor and step back to plank. From plank, we lower onto the knees, send the hips to the heels, stretch the arms forward, and then sink your hips to the heels. Nice pause here to feel into the breath body, into the practice. And then slowly come forward. Tuck underneath your toes into plank. Lifting up through the center of your spine. Exhale, lower down to the belly. All right. From here, we're going to inhale, roll the chest away from the ground. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, taking the feet as wide as we need to. And then slide your hands back. We want to try and aim for the wrists to be right underneath the elbows here. So moving into this back bend, we want to take some time to feel into the lower spine that it feels open and comfortable. There is activation in the muscles here, so you will feel some work happening, but it wants to be smooth. It wants to be soft. And then we're going to lower the head down to the ground. Keep the shoulders lifting away from the earth. Elbows drawn in. Take a breath out. And inhale, extend the nose forward. So all we want to do is it's an extension and flexion of the neck bone here. So you're going to bring the chin all the way back to the chest. Inhale, slide your nose across the mat, lift the chin. Exhale, bring your chin back to the mat and then slide your nose back as the chin comes to the chest. All the while, the bum, the bottom, the pelvis, the tops of the feet are all pressing down to the earth. Let's do it again. Inhale, nose, chin, chest. Exhale, chest, chin, nose. Keep the lower body active. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhale, lower. Rest your forehead down. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly exhale all the way back to the knees and lift to down dog. Okay, so from downward facing dog, let's take the left hand across to the right thigh. Now this is really quite deep into the palm and the feet. So we want to make sure that we're taking some of the body's weight into the feet here, not everything into this poor wrist. Okay, so as you push into the hand, I want you to imagine contracting the muscles down the side of your waist. Let's spread the load a little bit, okay? Breathing in. Breathing out, you're going to go underwater. One more time, keep your tummy lifted. Excellent, bring that left palm to the floor, straight to the other side. Right hand goes back towards the thigh, the knee, the ankle, wherever you go. Pull up into the side body. So as you press the palm down, you want to really feel that activation. It's almost a real pressing down. If you just watch, hopefully you could see this. It's relaxing the shoulder blade and then pressing it back up, okay? That way we get some activation in the upper back to help with this posture as well. And then the shoulder on the right side is almost trying to come underneath because it is a twist. Last breath in. Good. Hands to the floor. Then walk your hands back to the feet. Take a deep breath in. Come up halfway. And fold. Exhale. Okay, so we did a lovely extension of the spine here. Now we're going to take a deeper bend in the knees. I want you to really feel the stretch happening into your back body. Okay, so when you feel it in the legs, you want to take a deeper bend. And then you're going to take the opposite hand to elbow, drop your head down, and hopefully we feel some opening into the back body, to the spine, to the posterior chain. Okay, one more breath. Good. Then we're going to slowly rise up. Release your hands, let the shoulders stack on top of the spine and lift the head. Inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, palms to prayer. We're going to take a nice big step with the left foot, setting up for warrior one. So pivot your back heel down to the ground, bring both heels in line. And then as we drop deep into the front knee, we want to roll the weight on the back foot into the pinky toe. Squeeze your right glute so that we're turning the hips to face front, okay? And then hands come into prayer. As you breathe in, raise the arms up. As you breathe out, we're going to hinge at the hips, so keep the legs as they are and fold forward. Just until the torso comes to meet onto the thigh. And then rise back up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Keep your shoulder blades drawn together. Biceps round by the ear, so if the slower we go in this, the more challenging it becomes. It's actually a really good workout for the buttocks, this one. Hopefully you feel it on the left side of your buttocks. One more time. Really feeling the strength as we challenge our muscles through slow, mindful movement. We create energy. Good, then we're going to open up warrior two. So we adjust the feet in warrior two so the front heel is in the middle of the back foot. Roll the weight to the pinky toes and then extend the arms up. So for today, we're going to take the palms to the sky. As a symbolic sign of offering that we are here, we are enough, we are safe, and we are heard. Grounding ourselves into a deeper connection with the self. Grounding ourselves to a deeper connection with our inner guide. Our angels, As we reach through the middle finger, imagine your palms of your hands filled with whatever it is we need to call into our life this week. Maybe it's patience with homeschooling. Maybe it's more kind thoughts. Maybe it's just eating nourishing food because we've had a bad weekend of junk. Whatever it may be, feel it receiving into your palms. Lovely work, guys. One more breath. Good. And then you're going to rise the arms up, turn both toes to parallel, palms to prayer, soften your knees and forward fold. Inhale, extend the arms wide, come up halfway. So in this one, we want to really keep the weight even between the toes and the heels, okay? You're sitting your hips right back. We're squeezing behind in the center of the shoulder blades to keep the upper back nice and taut. And then there's this reaching of the hands. One more breath. It's a lot more challenging when you hold it here. Feel that energy rising through your body. Feel the deeper connection to your breath. Maybe it's become a little bit more laborsome. One more. Good, then fold yourself down. Take the hands to the legs wherever they reach. Just softening the upper body now. We're going to drop into the right knee, lengthening the left leg. Head is still soft. Hold that there as we breathe into the inner thigh. Good, and then change it the other side. Drop into the left knee. Keep lifting your belly. Keep drawing your shoulder blades back and down. Wonderful. Come back to center. Inhale the arms up over your head. We're going to go to warrior two on the other side. So turn the opposite foot out, setting up the front heel in line with the middle of the back foot, and we drop into the knee. Palms turn up again. Watch the front knee wants to be on top of the ankle. Good. And then we turn our gaze over to the right hand. And then finding that receiving sensation of what we need. What do we need in our lives to help us be more grounded? To help us to realize that in every single moment that we breathe, we have a beautiful opportunity to create, to accept, to receive, to surrender, whatever it is our heart desires. But being in our truth, being in our connection to the divine, comes with living in the present moment. Each breath is a new beginning. So if we have something naughty for breakfast, it's not the whole day needs to be written off. We'll start again tomorrow. It's each breath we take gives us the opportunity to change. To say, right, from now on, I'm going to go and eat something healthy. One more breath. Inhale the arms up. Turn both toes into parallel. Now, I'm not sure which way you're going to point, but we need to make our way into warrior one now, with the opposite leg forward. So you might need to quickly turn around so that you can still see the screen. I'm going to just turn my right foot up and then swivel my back heel so that it's at an angle, but my hips can face forward. And then drop into the front knee. Inhale the arms high. So we did the folding here. On this one, excuse me, we're going to do back bending. Okay, so we did forward fold on the last warrior one. We're going to do back bending on this one. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Excuse me. And then drop your thumbs down your tailbone as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to take the head back only if it feels comfortable to do so. Now, as you root down into the floor, I still want you to try and maintain shoulders on top of hips, but there's this lovely stretching of the front body so that we find a small, gentle back bend. And then as you breathe in and out, please check in with your body. Make sure that if you need to adjust yourself, you do. One more. Good. Release the hands. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bring your fingertips to the floor and step forward. Feet into parallel, heels and pinky toes in a line. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. And exhale, turn your toes out as you drop your hips down. Malasana, deep squat. Remember to keep your feet flat on the ground. Now in Balasana, it is naturally a grounding position, okay, because we are close to the ground. So what I'd like to just do here for a moment is energetically feel into the root chakra in the base of your spine and feel the earth beneath you. Feel your toes rooting down as we envisage growing roots deep into the core of the earth, connecting our own intuition with the guidance of Mother Nature. Feel how hard the floor is beneath your feet. Take one more breath. If you need to come onto your buttocks, you can. Remember, we modify our practice to suit our mood, our energy levels, and what our body is calling for on each practice day. One more breath in. We're going to slowly bring the hands to the floor and make our way to the mat. If you need to do it in any other way, of course. And then extend the feet long in front of you. Bring the heels in line with the hips and move your fleshy bits from the sitting bones so they're rooted down. From here, we're going to slide the palms of the hands behind you. Fingertips face the buttocks. As soon as the heel of the hand roots into the floor, imagine your shoulder blades rotating back. Lovely. So we've got this nice back bend, which is very energizing. We've got this lovely part of the body grounded into the floor, so feeling the earthing. And then as you flex your ankles, bring your toes back towards the chest. Excuse me. You're going to lift the chin up and away from the body. If this doesn't feel comfortable, the chin will remain on the chest. Okay? And breathe deeply in and out, feeling the solid ground beneath you, feeling the gentle rising of the heart as we surrender our inner critic to God. May we be guided by our angels and spirit guides through this week to be present in our life, that we may choose again each time we breathe in to be kind, accepting. And then slowly peel your hands away from the ground. Bring your chin onto your chest. Inhale the arms over your head. Tummy draws back. As you exhale, fold yourself down. So you're going to take the hands towards the feet or the calves, wherever they can reach. As soon as you've got the hands where they're going to go, imagine your shoulder blades moving back. Now be careful, because sometimes the neck looks like this. Okay, we drop the head too low. We want the neck in line with the spine. The tummy's really drawn in quite firmly. And then the spine is straight as we hinge from the hips here. So even if we're up here and the body is straight. Sorry, I must have pollen in my throat. Okay, so 2 more breaths here. Feeling ourselves rooted down into the floor. Feeling how the breath expands the back body, the ribs opening and closing with each inhale we take. Feeling yourself deepening the connection you have with your inner guide. And the inner guide is what we call the intuition. It's those thoughts that we sometimes have, or the feeling that we sometimes get if we're on the right track or we're not. Often only two polarities to it. As you inhale, stretch the arms forward, raising the hands over your head, palms to prayer. Okay, let's take the right leg straight. The left sole of the foot's coming into the inner thigh. And we're going to move into a twisty Janush Shasana today. So as you breathe in, you're going to take the arms over your head. Draw up the tummy. Rotate yourself as far right as your body will allow you to go. And then begin, as you draw the tummy in, to fold yourself over the leg. The left hand wants to travel down the outer edge of the leg so that this shoulder is starting to twist inwards towards the middle of your leg, okay? Then the right hand comes behind you, and it's the right shoulder that begins to rotate open. Now we want to feel into how the earth feels in this position. Where do you feel most of the body's weight? Hopefully, it is a evenly spread weight distribution from each element: heel, calf, thigh, ankle, knee, buttocks. And as we breathe in, it's a rising up out of the spine from tailbone to crown. Ever so subtly, it might only be a millimeter of movement. But as we exhale, it's that softening into the posture without losing its integrity. So instead of flopping, we surrender. We try to create more space through the vertebra. We might try to draw in more breath to fully fill up the full capacity of the lungs. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And then raise the left arm in the twist, so still facing right. And exhale, unravel back to center. Okay, so staying in this position. That twist was really working onto the posterior chain on the left side, so the back left-hand side of your body. Now we're going to go into a side bend, still staying on the left side, but trying to keep the chest completely forwards, okay? So as you inhale, hands rise up. As you exhale, keep this left shoulder rotating back as you bring the arm down towards the floor, rooting into the hips. So now we're going to feel this in a very different position. Still a little bit of back there, but hopefully there is more length taking place through the ribs this time. Left shoulder wants to be opening up towards the back body so that the chest is facing up. Palm of the hand is stretched over your head. And breathe. Lengthening out of the crown of your head each time you inhale. Thinking about creating space between each vertebra as you inhale. And as we take the exhale, it's allowing the body to surrender into the shape. To surrender into our day, our week, whatever situation we're in. Practicing through our daily practice, our lives each day, that we are being guided by a divine power. That every situation that comes into our life, whether it gives us good or bad emotion, is exactly what we need. When we begin to live our life like this, everything begins to flow. We take in our stride our experiences as everyday challenges or assignments from whomever we believe in. We let go of trying to control our life and begin to live within a flow that if it's easy, we're on the right track. And if it's hard, maybe we need to assess, are we really working towards something that we need? Inhale, raise up very slowly. Just lower the arm. Just take a moment to digest that. Feeling into whatever comes up. And then slowly bring your foot towards your groin. We're just going to shuffle onto the other leg and do the left side. So it's quite a bold statement. I would love to know your thoughts on it, really. And maybe just ponder it whilst we finish off. We'll see. Okay, so twisty one first. Inhale the arms up. Length, length, length. Exhale, rotating all the way around to the left. Then the left hand comes behind the body. The right hand, draw your tummy in, starts to reach towards the pinky toe. Let your hand rest where it wants to go. Then the right shoulder here is going to be rotating towards the left, whilst the left shoulder rotates back. It's deep, this twist. It really is one of the deepest ones I feel in my body. Of course, we all feel it differently though. And I always find twisting in the morning is always much more challenging than in the evening. And that is because our bodies are naturally longer in the morning from sleeping. Tighter too. Okay, so let's come back to that notion of trusting in divine. Trusting that every situation, every experience that we've had up until this time in our life, good or bad, has been divinely planned. Has led us down a path that is needed, has helped us to grow in areas that we needed focus. And how wonderful it is to live life from here on out, trusting that everything happens at the divine time that it's meant to happen. This is a way to live with more peace in our life. To accept the things that happen as divine intervention. Even if it is the holiday home you booked in Cornwall that you thought you booked, but you didn't, and now you've lost. That's my resistance this week. And I am now telling myself, as I teach you guys today, maybe we were not meant to go to that house. Something else will come up. But this is what I mean. It's things like this, guys. You know, when things happen and we think, oh, damn, that happened. And it really does suck that it's happened, you know? But we just got to trust that we will go somewhere where we're meant to go. And that will be that. Inhale, slowly rise up out of your twist. Float the arm overhead. Bring both hands to meet. And then lower the hands down. Just unraveling to feel that energy. You should feel some sort of sensation here on the right side. Then arms go back up, big breath in. Now we go to lateral bending. So the right shoulder's rotating back as we fold ourselves over the neck. Rooting into the earth, feeling that connection. Be mindful of the head, that it doesn't drop like that, unless it feels nice, the stretch here. You want to just try to rise up out of the hips as much as you can. Drawing in the navel, feeling the weight of the body into the earth, and that rising of our awareness. Rising up like a warrior to embrace the assignments that we are given. To surrender the things that we think we want that are just not happening in our life, yeah? I'm sure everyone can relate to that. Where you want something and you work and work and work really hard and it doesn't happen, and then you've got to ask yourself, is this ready for me? Is this in my truth? Sure, we're getting deep today. I don't know why, I just feel like this intuition's coming through and maybe I need to share it. So I hope it's serving. But I'll surrender all expectation of outcome just now. One more breath. Beautiful. Come out nice and slowly. It's deep on the ribs. Good. Let's take the feet together. Another nice hip opener. Soles of the feet rest together, toes all touching, knees wide. Breathe in the arms up. Draw your navel back to your spine and then allow yourself to fold forward. Let the hands come down to the floor so that we have a support here. And then lastly, drop the head. If it feels good to sway from side to side, just loosening up those side obliques at the back. We've done quite a bit of stretch there on those last two postures. One more breath in. Exhale down through the head. And then slowly walk the hands towards the feet. As you rise the torso up, bring the knees together. We're going to make our way to the floor. So I'm going to take you into a couple of supine twists to finish today. Mostly because I feel like twisting is always a good one to do to ground. I always feel quite grounded in twisting. And always nice to kind of just release any stagnant energy from the weekend, any toxins that we might have consumed. Too much barbecue, too much wine, too much sugar. Bring your knees to your chest. Just roll the lower back out a little bit, giving yourself the time now to really feel the ground. So the assignment that I'd like to set for all of you this week is to get into nature, to find a nice grassy patch, maybe in your garden, and to take your shoes and socks off and just be barefoot. To sit under a tree. To breathe into the pulse of Mother Earth herself. It's windy today, so we can tap into the wind, the air element. Going out into the wind and just sitting, feeling how it blows on your skin, feeling the energy that it has. I always find when there's kind of like stormy weather, there's an electricity in the air. Maybe you can try and tap into that. Okay, let's twist to the right first. Right leg straight, left knee into the chest. We're going to slowly rotate over to the right side, bringing the knee down to the earth. And then extend the arm away from the body. Go easy on this. Let the twist be gentle to begin. Well, in fact, let's maintain that it's always gentle, but you don't want to deepen it at the start, okay? So we're going to hold it for a little while. Find the flow of your breath. Use it to channel your awareness and attention to where you feel this most deeply in your body. And then as you begin to soften the mind, soften the body into the position, just surrender into the floor. Feel the ground and the mat beneath you. As we prepare ourselves to create an experience that is divine, that is intuitive and peaceful, not only here on our mat, but throughout the rest of our week. As we practice the surrender into all divine guidance, knowing that we are being guided through our lives on a specific plan. Maybe we're not aware of what the plan is just yet. Maybe we already know. And it doesn't matter really where you are, because we just need to build into our lives the trust. The trust that everything happens exactly when it's meant to, and all will be well. All will be well when we show up for ourselves each day with a compassionate and kind heart. Bring your knee into your chest as you slowly roll back onto the floor and change sides. Right knee into the chest. As you slowly begin to rock over, feel your body surrender. Extend your arm out wide. Start off nice and soft, just light twist here. And as we breathe and surrender, feel how the body begins to open. The mind begins to let go of the old patterns in which it has followed. We begin to cultivate this trust in a higher power. A trust that we are divine beings of love and light. Feeling how the body begins to release. With every exhale we take, it is a surrender of the mind, body, and spirit to this present moment, that we may be deeply connected to each other, to every other living and non-living being through our energetic connection. And when you're ready, we'll slowly come back onto the floor, finding into Shavasana once again. Now we might need to take some movements. If you feel that the knees need to come into the chest and you need to move from side to side, then please do so. But we'll meet in Shavasana with the legs nice and wide, the toes turned to the sides, the shoulders away from the ears and the palms facing up. Become aware of how your body feels resting against the floor. Feel the whole body and the connection that the body has to the earth beneath you. Then change the awareness from the connection points of the earth and body to the tiny little gaps of air and space where the body comes away from the floor. We'll begin at the feet, noticing the heels. Then feel the air that moves between the heels and the calves where the ankles lift away from the floor. Feeling the calves and the upper thighs, connection to earth, and then feel the space between the knees and the floor. Perhaps you can feel into the air element there. And we travel to the lower part of the spine, feeling the weight of the buttocks, the middle and upper back on the floor. And then feeling the space of the lower arch as it comes up and away. And feeling from the shoulders through the back of the arms to the elbows. Traveling the awareness down the arms, feeling the earth, feeling the space. And we feel into the space and air behind the neck. In contrast to the weight of the crown, the back of the head into the floor. So the contrast that we feel through our practice, the light and dark, the heavy and light, has contrast in every area of our life. Love and fear. Light and dark. Connection and disconnection. Awareness. Ignorance. As we move through the week, let us become aware of these polarities we experience in our life. Let us practice being in the moment, where we surrender to a higher power.
Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Allow yourself to drop into the body lying on the floor. Slowly begin to move your fingers and toes. Gently guiding the body back into an awake state. Stretching your arms over your head. And bring your knees into your chest. When you are ready, roll to your side. Take a moment and pause here to feel how you feel. And then make your way back up into sitting. Together we will bring the hands to prayer. Taking a full deep breath in, just feeling the gratitude. And then bowing to honor and seal. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning. As always, it's an absolute pleasure.